Guys, good morning guys. It's a Saturday morning and today my husband and my son are going to be preparing breakfast. So this is a cook with my husband and my husband and my son, as they prepare breakfast for us. So let me go and show you guys what they want to prepare for us, and let's see their kitchen runs. Hi guys.
Hello.
What are you people making?
Indomie.
Noodles. It's noodles. Say it.
Noodles. So who is cooking, Daddy or Avia?
Yeah, Daddy and Avia.
Okay, Daddy and Avia.
Yes, I'm cooking.
Yeah, cooking.
This is Indomie. Can you snap it?
I'm videoing you.
No, like that.
Okay, what type of Indomie is this?
You want boiled egg, Avia? Boiled egg? Okay,
It's Indomie.
Noodles.
Noodles Indomie. Look at it. Look.
So which one is this one?
Noodles Indomie.
Noodles
Indomie.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is we're going to slice our onions.
Okay.
Right? Actually, this is just normal cooking. There's nothing special about this cooking. Right? But the fact that the people that are cooking it are special. Okay? So just want to do it. Because you told me you want onions, right? Are you already eating the onions? Oh my god. It's because of you that I'm doing this.
Okay, you're eating onions.
Because you want the onions to boil.
And the Indomie.
Yes. So I'm going to get the water to put on the fire. Just, Indomie is very easy to cook. I'm sure most Nigerians can cook noodles. The instruction is even there on the packet. So this is the onion that you're seeing here.
This triangle.
Triangle, but you want to eat it. See this onion. Right, has it in real life. Okay, so what we want to do first is we have our water, it's already boiling. It's even boiling too much. So what I'm going to do is to put off the gas first of all. Because our water is already fully boiled. And this is the egg. Okay? The egg is boiling. No, this is not meant to be egg. So watch what I'm doing, Avia. I'm
Cooking!
well, so I'm putting the noodles out here. So now we've seen one slice. This will go into the water now because it's oil. And because oil kind of takes a little longer for it to cook. So that's why we're going to be pouring the oil. Can you give me scissors, please? A small kitchen scissors. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to.
That is this color green again.
Green, yes. I think because it's
The back color green.
that's the color on the pack.
The color of the Indomie.
Yeah. Oh, see what I just noticed. Now, something.
Mommy, what is this shape? Mommy, what is this shape?
Don't know.
That circle.
But that's not circle.
That's
so-
triangle.
By the time you will finish eating
Avia, but another one.
Look at circle.
yes, that's circle.
So see another. We are looking at
Color
it.
blue.
This color blue. That's color green. We're not going to use all of the stuff because it will be too sweet. And don't forget what we're trying to do. We're trying to cook two different noodle brands together. So it's a great time to mix this guy in the middle. Okay, you know what? Come to the rescue. Okay, great.
So
They even look different.
please don't mix it with that one.
No, are you eating?
Okay, sorry.
You say you're not eating.
No, I'm not eating, but the
so
smell.
Don't worry about that. The smell, what the?
You know
That
the
is
smell is the seasoning.
The sauce, exactly, the seasoning. Thank you. This is color what?
Red.
Red. So we have color blue, color green, and color red.
Show me color red. Okay.
But the
And
noodles,
I will tell you color.
as you guys can see, the noodles don't look
What color
exactly
is
different. Just that it appears as
And
if
the
the
color
Indomie
blue.
noodles, they have been, well, I
The
said
color
treated,
blue.
or at least some other condiment have been added. I think they've been passed through some oil concentrate. Okay,
Color blue.
that? Okay.
right.
So you wanted to talk to us about, is marriage worth it?
Okay, so we'll get to that conversation shortly. But where I would like to get started with the
Don't put it
conversation
in.
around marriage is the fact that it is, and I'm a Christian, so I'm going to give you Christian perspective. I'm sure you're not expecting anything else, but I would also, make it as down to earth as possible. So the first thing is that you see, when God created the human being, according to creation story in the Bible, He created man first of all, and observed that the way this guy is.
Another one is inside.
Yes, there's another, and it's color
Blue.
blue. Yeah, so like I was saying, God observed that moving,
It's color blue.
he's not going to really enjoy his
Mommy,
experience.
look at two
Even though we
color
have
blue.
put him in a
Hello.
very beautiful garden and everything has been provided before we made it. But it's just going to be alone, right? So it says, well, it's not good for a man to be alone, right? He wasn't himself, not really responding,
A lot of young ladies
not
are
reacting.
scared to get married these days. Can
Well,
you speak to that?
Yes, I will speak to that. And so I was talking about the fact that people have different experiences over the years, and so different opinions have been formed about marriage. Let us first establish the ideal, and then I will address the affair. The ideal is that a man finds a woman that he loves and wants to share life with, and proposes to the woman, and the woman says, okay, well, with what I've observed, and after prayerful consideration, I would like to spend also the rest of my life with you. Now, what happens is that they are beginning a journey that neither of them had experienced before.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, what happens is that they are bringing their differences, they are bringing, their backgrounds, they are bringing their training, their nurture, and all of that, and they are coming together to form a different unit, a family. What happens most of the time is that people are coming with, I won't want to use the word baggage, but they're coming with experience of what they are used to, their parents, how their parents, lived in marriage, their cousins, their uncles, their aunts, and what they see in the media. And so people have expectations, of their partners that oftentimes is not based in their own reality. Okay, so they tend to begin to compare their lives, with the experience of their neighbors or the things they've seen on TV. You can't even begin from there.
Social media.
No, social media these days. No, you can't begin from there. Where to begin from is before you say I do.
Yeah.
You will have life piercing, critical conversations about what is it that you want. Okay? Your values as a man are values as a woman. Now you're going to come together. What will be the values of this family? What's the vision? What's the purpose of coming together? Now, this is not to say that along the line, all these things that you agree will not be tested. But you see, like they say, if you fail to plan, you already plan to fail.
How can somebody overcome fear of getting married?
Yeah, and you see,
Yeah.
fear in itself, fear in itself is an issue. And the fear of marriage, fear of settling down is just one form of fear. People have different kinds of fear. Fear of height, fear of what will happen tomorrow, fear of snake, So the question is, how does fear form? And then how can you deal with the fear? Now I'll tell you, fear like faith gets formed by information in what you allow in, that forms, and becomes your reality, because over time you did not check to say, is this thing even correct? So people become afraid of marriage based on the things they are allowed to come on the inside, the things that they see on social media, the things that they see on television, right? The things that they read in papers, in some of those news and bone stories and whatnot. Create an image, a mental image in their mind. And so if they feed on that for so long, it becomes in their subconscious their reality. So they are agitated. Oh, if I marry him, will he beat me? And you see, the way the world works is, I think, that's spiritual. If you expect to be beaten, 9 out of 10 you are going to be beaten. Right? That's what is expectation. It's a model.
But wait, how can you know somebody's character? Because there are sometimes
so this is a very good
yes,
question.
because there are sometimes a lot of people have okay, like we say, we are talking from a Christian perspective. There are a lot of Christian sisters that I know that they thought that they were getting married to a Christian brother. Then they get inside the house. Brother is lighting them slap left, right, and center. Brother is actually a hypocrite. Brother is actually a fraudster. So how can you actually tell this is the character of a person before you start living inside with the person and all of that? Because you mentioned that, oh, it's a spiritual something. So how do you what's the word now? What type of intelligence do you need to be able to deduce that this is the character of this person?
Okay, right. This is a very good question. Like I said, and there is a phrase. No, that's not good. There is a phrase, that I usually use when I am doing counseling or when people ask me this question, this particular one, is to say that young people trust, old people test. Now, by young and old, I am not talking about age, right? I'm talking about the fact that with experience, you realize that you cannot just be all trusting.
Yeah.
You have to test the character of somebody to be able to ascertain whether they are what you perceive them to be. Because you see, it's a matter of perception. Okay. If somebody comes looking tight, wearing nice suits, they tell everything is on point, the perception you get is that this person is together. Yeah. And so, you see, the thing with perception is that it becomes a reality. So you think, oh, this guy is together. You think that this guy that looks on point would also be a man of his word. That's the perception you have in your mind. Yeah. What you don't know is that this person may just, be good with personal branding. For instance, if you want to test a man or a woman's financial intelligence, right, you can test them many ways.
How?
So let's say, for instance, you have a car, a regular car, would cost you 10,000 to fill the tank, right?
10,000 for 10,000 naira.
10,000 naira to fill the car.
Different people watch this channel. Please.
Right, okay, 10,000 naira, which would be about $20 to fill the car, right? To buy gas and fill your tank, and that's the wise thing to do in terms of cost. But you have this guy that really wants to impress you, and then he comes and say, oh, I want to take you out, and then goes to rent a car, right? He rents the car. He will fill that particular car that he has rented, maybe an SUV, and maybe 17,000, right? Just to impress you, right? He leaves his own car at home. The car, because of lack of use, breaks down. And then he has rented a car that is not his own, spends more to maintain it just to impress you. You know that person has an issue, not just with financial intelligence, but also they have a complex issue. They are not comfortable in their own skin. Yeah, it's good. It meets you once, you're going for a certain dinner. Yeah, you can rent a limousine. It's fine, because it wants to give you an experience. But if he does that on a regular just to impress you, then something, is wrong somewhere. Another way you can test them is by actually putting money in their hands. So you say something like, babe, I have this 50,000 naira or $100 that I really don't need for the next 2 weeks. How about, you keeping it for me? Now you want to find out, yes. See, as funny as that sounds, if you come back after 2, what you even do, because it's a test, is that you don't wait till 2 weeks. So you give them today, let's say Monday, they're expecting you to ask, for the money in 14 days time, maybe a Saturday, right? So you come on a Thursday of this week, that's 4 days after, you say, babe, I need that money now. Now, you're not only testing financial intelligence, you're also testing trust, right? Somebody you have kept something with them. If they are really trustworthy, they will set it aside for you, or put it in their bank account, or put it in an envelope, or keep it somewhere. Now, as a matter of fact, even if they spend the one that you gave them, they will have a backup that they can call for, and then give it back to you. But they don't have a backup. They see your money and God don't bless them. And they went and then, they pleasure with that, and then you ask for your money back and then they begin to give excuses. I mean, this is somebody that you want to have a relationship with. That right there is a red flag. You can choose to still go ahead, but you see, you have tested to know that, maybe I'm a better person at managing finances than this person. Because you see, that one issue may not be the reason why you don't want to go into that relationship. Because, human beings are multi-sided.